Coach, we're going to start on the far right.
Anthony Chan, Miami Herald. When Jokic and Jamal are playmaking off each other like that, how unique is it and how challenging is it just to key in on one of them when both of them have it going like that?
Yeah, it's a great duo. But their games really complement each other. You have one guy that's really can score in a lot of different ways. Another guy who's setting great screens or handoffs, and then if the ball gets back to him, he can get a bunch of people involved. And certainly at the beginning of the game, that kind of set the tone. But then from there, we lost a lot of physical 50-50 or ball in the air, ball on the floor battles throughout the course of the game. At key moments, when the moments could have been swing moments, they were coming up with those plays. You have to expect that, not losing the battles. You have to expect there to be elite talent in the finals, and both those guys are elite level talent. At our best version, we've find ways to overcome that, make it tough on them, and then certainly not lose the overwhelming majority of those physical battles, the 50-50 battles, the ball in the air, ball on the floor battles, and that made it too much to overcome. The dynamic of those two, but also getting all the extra, effort points.
We're going to stay on the right side in the first row.
Cooper Moore, Heat.com. They only took 18 threes, which is low for anybody. So was there an effort to take away the three-point line that maybe influenced what they were able to get done in the paint?
No, I wouldn't even say that. They just pummeled us in the paint. They didn't really have to shoot threes. They had 60 in the paint. They probably shot over 65% at the paint at the rim. There wasn't a need to space the floor. We didn't offer much resistance, and a lot of those plays were relief points in transition that kind of gave them some separation, some cuts, some timely cuts, and then timely offensive rebounds that led to either buckets or free throw attempts, from there. I thought offensively we actually did get a lot of opportunities in the paint. I haven't seen the percentage. I don't have my glasses right now, but I would have to say our percentage at the rim or in the paint was pretty poor. Yes, you do have to credit their size and everything like that, but we've proven that we can finish in the paint. When we're at our best. But offensively, yeah, there's definitely some things where we got flattened out. And they jammed us up in possessions, got us late into possessions, and then sometimes we were forced with those plays, and that can kind of have a different flow and feel to it than if it's just, in our typical, rhythm of our offense.
First row in the middle.
Hey, this is Will Giller from The Athletic. Throughout the playoffs, you talked about the confidence you guys have in the guys outside of Bam and Jimmy to produce and put up big numbers for you guys offensively. What do you think kind of made it difficult on those group of guys tonight?
I just think sometimes for us, when we lose a lot of those physical battles, the effort plays, the loose balls, the rebounding battles, that's our identity. And sometimes that can affect the flow of the rest of your game. That's not an excuse. I think the thing that we've proven over and over and over is we can win and find different ways to win regardless of whether we have confidence, regardless of whether the ball's going in. We have a determination to impact the game. And find a different solution or different way to win a game, regardless of whether the ball's going in. It felt like at times, some of those missed shots at the rim or in the paint, the makeable shots that we've made, the last several months, or weeks that affected a little bit of our whatever going down the other end. And that hasn't happened, a lot. I do want to get to the film because I'm not totally sure about that. It felt like that. We're at our best when we're winning those battles first. So you can just check that box. The physical battles, 50-50s, ball in the air, ball on the floor. We win those battles. We figure everything else out along the way.
Second row in the middle.
Hey, Spo, Vince Goodwill, Yahoo Sports. I think the rebound margin was the greatest since like 1972 in a finals game. When you think about this as being what you guys do, was that the message in the locker room of telling the guys, hey, we have to rebound, we have to get to the 50-50? Because it feels like that's the only thing you've said since you've been up here.
Yes. Well said.
First row on the right side, Tim Reller.
Tim Reynolds, Associated Press. Eric, I know you can't do anything about the schedule, obviously. Is it a good thing that there's only one day between this one instead of sitting around stewing on this one for 2 days?
I would think so. They probably felt the same way, coming off their loss at the extra day, whatever they, our guys are built to compete, built to get out there. That cadence of playing every 48 hours. We'll get to work tomorrow for sure. But our guys, they want to get out there and compete and have a better showing, for sure.
Last question, Coach, in the middle.
Eric, Rohan Notkerny, Sports Illustrated. I asked you before the game about Denver getting out in transition, even off misses, not necessarily turnovers. You said something to the effect of when Jokic piles up the rebounds, he kind of starts pushing the ball. I think he obviously had many, many rebounds tonight, 20. What's the first step in slowing them down once he gets the rebound? Like, what does it start in terms of stopping them from getting out and running?
Yeah, there's a lot of different layers to that, right? Your offensive execution, your intentionality offensively, getting the right shots. It certainly helps, making some of those shots in the paint or at the rim. But regardless, we've proven that we can figure it out even if we're not making, 70% of shots in the paint or on rim attempts. But then your floor balance matters, and then your next play speed. The brain speed to get onto the next play, and make sure you have 3 or 4 guys back, and then communication from there. They did get some relief points, particularly in that first half when it was either tied or we had small leads, that they just came right back, with some relief points that just kind of kept them alive and kept them momentum, shifting a little bit. All right, thank you.